gate on Thursday completely cut off the National Highway 2 connecting Nagaland to neighboring Manipur. Landslide occurred around 3:30 p.m. However, no injuries or damage to properties reported. On Friday, Newland District Gonbura Association office inaugurated at the district headquarters. Newland Deputy Commissioner Sarah S. Chamio attends the program as the special guest. Provisional result of HSLC Compartmental Examination 2022 set to be declared as board's website on July 30. All center superintendent informed to collect mark sheet cum certificate from August 1 to 3 during office hours. Keeping problems and hardships faced by patients travelling down to Tamil Nadu's Vellore for medical treatment in mind, a Naga patient house to be built in Vellore soon. PWD Minister Tombang Uzukam discloses that construction to start soon with another one to come in Meghalaya as well. Former Meghalaya Home Minister Robert G. Lindo passes away after suffering from prolonged illness. Lindo was recently released from Shillong-based hospital after being admitted as his health condition deteriorated earlier this month. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to English Primetime News. Let's go through the details now. On Thursday afternoon, a massive landslide occurred near Kuzama Check Gate, which completely cut off the National Highway 2 that connects Nagaland and Manipur. According to reports, the landslide occurred around 3:30 p.m. and no injuries or damage to properties were reported. Soon after the landslide, excavators were reportedly pressed into action to clear the road. Meanwhile, a subsidiary road above the highway in the vicinity of the TB hospital was being used by light vehicles to traverse around the blocked road. However, heavy vehicles had started to get stranded from both sides as there was no alternative route. District Magistrate of Wokha, Ajit Kumar Ranjan, on Thursday has clamped prohibitory orders under Section 144 of the CRPC in whole of Wokha town. All wards and perimeter of 5 kilometers around the town, including Vankosung Mission Center till 6 a.m. of July 31. In an order, DM said that the information was received about opposing groups of people mobilizing and congregating in and around Wokha town, creating a likely situation of confrontation and causing apprehension of breach of public peace and tranquility. Meanwhile, police, security forces, magistrates on duty, fire and emergency services, health services, education, financial institutions and government departments have been exempted from the restrictions. The Newland District Gonbura Association office was inaugurated at the district headquarters on Friday. Newland Deputy Commissioner Sarah S. Chamio attended the program as the special guest. In a speech, Sarah mentioned that home was not built in a day, indicating that something beautiful and mesmerizing takes time to be built. The longer it takes, the more perfection it achieves. Sarah also thanked everyone present there for calling her as the chief guest. Meanwhile, a token of appreciation was also presented to the chief guest, and a traditional shawl, headband and machete were presented to the official office bearers. Further, Newland District Gonbura Association Vice President Goshito Shohei, in his vote of thanks, thanked everyone for attending the program, especially the chief guest for sparing the time to attend the program.
Itu amikan Newland District notun khola pora American Newland District GB's Association. Itu 6/5/2022 tehi itu American establishment kurse. Itu laga office American office to le to aji itu inauguration kurigina. Yeti pura Newland District te American 5 area ase. Namely Kuboto, Kagaboto, Auto area, Newland area, Aro Agnaka area. Aru tadi American compromise of 112 villagers ase. Aru itu bitor te 301 GBs ase. Tadi duita aro appointment hobo ase 303 hobo GBs to total to itu kan laga office American yeti pra ki Newland karani Newland laga development ki ase Newland di kinika itu administration kan kinika jabole ase itu kan karani office khole ase.
Keeping in mind the problems and hardships faced by patients who travel down to Tamil Nadu's Vellore for medical treatment from the state, soon there will be a Naga patient house for the patients and their attendants to avail accommodation services during their stay. This was disclosed by Minister PWT Housing and Mechanical, Tongpang Uzakam, on Thursday. The minister also disclosed that construction of Naga Patients House in Vellore will soon start, with another one to come in Meghalaya as well. Addressing the inauguration of a furniture godown for the Department of Works and Housing below PWT office complex in Kohima as special guest, the minister said that the Tamil Nadu government has allotted a plot free of cost and sent a letter to Nagaland government for setting up Nagaland Patient House in Vellore. Notably, Uzakam met Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in Chennai earlier this year over allotment of a plot of land in Vellore for construction of the patient house. Prior to that, Chief Minister Nipir Rio had written a letter to his Tamil Nadu counterpart in February seeking allotment of land. The provisional result of the HSLC Compartmental Examination 2022 is set to be declared in the afternoon of July 30. Notably, the result will be made available on the board's website. Meanwhile, all center superintendents of the HSLC Compartmental Examination 2022 have been informed to collect the admit card and mark sheet cum certificate from August 1 to 3 during office hours. Nagaland Board of School Education has notified all the schools offering financial literacy courses in class 9 and 10 that the Financial Literary Examination 2022 would be conducted by the schools through online mode only from August 29 to the 31st. It may be mentioned that no examination routine would be given out by the board, adding that the schools have the liberty to fix the date and the timing of the examinations for their students on any of the specific dates. NBSC also informed that the question papers would consist of 100 multiple choice questions carrying 1 mark each. Meanwhile, schools are requested to obtain the link of the examination from the authorized officials. In this regard, schools from Kohima, Mukokchong, Twensang, Mon, Pek, Longleng, Noklak, Siminyu and Shamato districts are asked to contact phone number 9436 403 929, while the schools from Woka, Zinhepoto, Dimapur, Kipere, Peran, Newland and Chumikidima districts are asked to contact phone number 9436 821 905. Furthermore, the link to the examination would be provided to schools 2 hours ahead of the days of the examination. It also informed that the board would allot the roll number and share it with the schools in the NBSE Financial Literacy WhatsApp group at a later date. Only those students who are allotted roll number by the board are eligible for the examination. The instructions for the conduct of the examination and allotment of roll number would be shared in the NBSE Financial Literacy WhatsApp group a date later. Furthermore, schools that are yet to join the group have been requested to share their WhatsApp number in the district WhatsApp group. During the initial days of the removal of Changki Ayam Asam Sunsu Mungtang from our community on 2014, the leaders of Changki village and the locals brought mutual understanding and coordination between the two clans. Hence, they made an agreement and settled the clash between the two clans on May 25, 2022. As the clash was settled with mutual understanding and forgiveness, the Changki Ayam Asam Sunsu Mungtang brought notice to Ao Sintan with prior proof of agreement and settlement among the two clans on 29 July 2022. Furthermore, along with the people of the two clans of Changki village, witness bearers and Ao Sintan office bearers revived the peaceful coexistence of our community and its norms in order to bring everlasting peace between the particular two clans. In the meantime, the CAASM, which was banned from our community for 30 years, has been declared as a part of our community and brought back its reconciliation by Ao Sintan based on Changki Yim Tangatatap, which was signed on May 25, 2022. It is to be mentioned that the clash between the two clans of Changki village was brought light to Ao Sintan on August 3, 2006. Henceforth, Ao Sintan was working on this issue for the betterment of the clans. However, the CAASM did not obey Ao Sintan's recommendation and led to the removal of CAASM from our community for 30 years on October 10, 2014. The Childline 1098 Mukokchong held its 5th Child Advisory Board meeting on Friday at DC Conference Hall of Mukokchong. The Child Advisory Board meeting was chaired by CAB Chairman and Mukokchong Deputy Commissioner Shashank Pratap Singh. At the meeting, a brief report on Childline 1098 Mukokchong was presented by Childline 1098 Mukokchong Councillor Maranchila Imchen, while Childline 1098 Nagaland Nodal Director Subananba Longkamar presented a brief report on the cases intervened by Childline 1098 Nagaland. He beseeched and encouraged all the stakeholders to respond positively and continue cooperating the Childline. In addition, agendas and envisages from different stakeholders were also discussed. Meanwhile, all the allied departments and members of CAB attended the meeting. Furthermore, all the members of the CAB assured cooperation in fulfilling the agendas presented. Seminar on issues confronting the state of Nagaland, which was organized by Nagaland Law Students Federation, entered its second day on Friday with retired IAS KK Sema speaking on the topic, the role that civil society organizations have played in the Naga peace process. 43 Assembly Constituency Tapi intending candidate Giwang Konyak spoke on the topic, difficulties facing educated Nagas, and lastly, convener of Concerned People of Nagaland Kahuto Chishi spoke on the topic, the need for an independent and impartial Nagaland students body. Speaking at the occasion, Kauto stated that there are many organized criminal elements in Nagaland which obstructs the development of Nagaland. Kahuto also encouraged the student organization to have an independent and impartial approach, as student bodies have play an important role in fighting corruption in the society. Kahuto also alleged that students' future has been sold out by the government because of corruption. Speaking on the topic of tribalism, Kahuto stated that in Nagaland, tribalism comes out of corruption and the tribal hohos protect the people that they belong. Kahuto later shared that in Nagaland, everything is run by the selfish agenda from all the tribes in Nagaland, and urged all to view Nagaland as a whole and view it not based on tribalistic interest. Kahuto also added that when it comes to Nagaland solution, the government of Nagaland will not give a magical solution and corruption will not end if the solution is given by the government of Nagaland. Giwang Konyak, while addressing the masses, shared that though Nagaland is a small state, it is a very complicated state. Konyak also stated that corruption is killing the educated Nagas, and to transform Nagaland, corruption should be eradicated. Konyak also added that since there are no proper industries or infrastructure in place for the educated employed Nagas, most youths pursue government jobs even though the government cannot accommodate all educated youths. Konyak further encouraged all not to be agent of corruption, instead should all work together towards eradicating corruption and building a new, better Nagaland.
Country or state or society who do not face issues, social issues or problems or difficulties. Everywhere, even if you go to the end of the world, you will find social issues and problems. But we have to come together and discuss, and we have to solve it as intellectuals, as a learned people. That's why we are getting education. That's why we are being educated. You know, education has a power to transform and to reform a society. It brings us from the darkness to the light. Not only this, we call it the Christianity as a light to the Naga people. At the same time, it is the education that transforms us, that brings, that brought by the missionaries. It is the Christian missionaries that taught us how to live a better life. And that's, today we are enjoying their fruits.
Thousands of Nagas in our villages, in our primary schools, who are not being given the tools to improve their lives. The NSF, what an organization, a fake organization. I've called them out multiple times. The solution is not their concern. They should be checking whether the teachers are attending the schools, whether the children are being educated properly, whether the midday skills, the midday meal schemes are being implemented. The AMSU, what is the purpose of AMSU? Every year, scholarships are delayed. These are all run by crooks. So why are you afraid of the crooks? Why can't you form another group, a genuine group, which will look out for the interests of our society?
No country or state.
Shamator Battalion of Assam Rifles assisted in organizing a friendly volleyball tournament from 28 to 30th July in Chentang Saddle village, with the participation of local youths aged between 15 to 20 years of Assam Rifles, Chentang, Chentang Saddle, New Chingmai and Old Chingmai villages. A total of 9 teams participated. Meanwhile, Shamator Battalion of Assam Rifles initiative for organizing the tournament is to inculcate constructive thinking, positive attitude and willingness towards strong nation building, and to give platform and exposure to young people. The event started with a speech by the company CRD Chentang Saddle 14 Assam Rifles, in which he briefed about the youth and the importance of sports in life. Amid the crisis of African swine fever in the state, several pigs were caught dead in 10th Mile Wati Yongpang area under Mukokchung district on Friday. It is to be mentioned that the pigs were supplied to the village dead. While the pigs were being unloaded from a vehicle, some locals of Wamukan caught the hideous act and sent back the vehicle along with the pigs to where it came from. The locals who witnessed the dead pigs said that the nose of the pigs were covered in blood and suspected it to be of a viral disease or the most deadly African swine fever. Former Meghalaya Home Minister and veteran politician Robert G. Lindo has passed away on Friday. It has been learned that Lindo was suffering from illness for a quite long time and was recently released from a Shillong-based hospital where he was admitted to ICU on July 11 after his health condition deteriorated. Meanwhile, his family members have confirmed the news of his death. Notably, Lindo was the brother of former Meghalaya minister and senior politician from the state, Amarin Lindo. Following the recent controversial remark made by Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary on the newly elected President Draupadi Murmu, addressing her as Rashtra Patni, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma slammed the Congress leader and urged every Indian to boycott Ranjan and the Congress party in general. Himanta stated that the way Adhir Ranjan defamed the office of President of India is something which every Indian should criticize. Himanta also added that Murmu belongs to the Adivasi community and is the first tribal woman President of India, and her speech during the oath-taking ceremony was highly impressive. Himanta, criticizing Adhir Ranjan, stated that Ranjan has defamed a mother, has defamed the tribal community, defamed a woman, defamed every Indian, and has committed a heinous crime.
The person has criticized or defamed the august office of President of India is something which every Indian should criticize. We all know that Srimati Draupadi Murmu belongs to the Adivasi community. She is the first tribal woman President of India. She has entered the office of President of India. Her speech on the day of the oath-taking ceremony was highly impressive. She has explained how that this is the biggest victory of India's democracy, how a woman, how a girl from a poor tribal family can also occupy the august office of President of India. See, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has defamed a mother, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has defamed a woman, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has defamed the tribal community, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has defamed every Indian, and he has committed a heinous crime. I will not seek apology from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, but I will ask every Indian people to boycott Congress party, its leader Sonia Gandhi, and of course
the controversy surrounding Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's Rashtra Patni remarks has led to huge outrage and protest by BJP party workers in different parts of the nation. On Friday, the Assam BJP unit staged a protest against the Congress leader who referred to President Draupadi Murmu as Rashtra Patni. Recently, Hundreds of Assam BJP workers' unit protested along the street seeking for apology from Adhir Chaudhary for his derogatory remarks against Murmu. They also gave slogans against Chaudhary and Congress President Sonia Gandhi and her son and MP Rahul Gandhi. To mark protests against the Congress leadership, the Saffron Party protesters also burnt effigies of Adhir Chaudhary along with Sonia and Rahul. In major crackdown on concealed terror activities operating in Assam, 11 people were detained by Assam police from several districts on Thursday for allegedly having links with global terror outfits. The arrested people were allegedly linked with Al-Qaeda in Indian subcontinent and Bangladesh-based Ansarullah Bangla team. As per police information, those detained were from Morigaon, Barbeta, Guwahati and Golpara districts. They have been identified as Mustafa alias Mustafa Mufti, Asaruddin Bhuyan, Abbas Ali, Jubair Khan, Rafiqul Islam, Diwan Hamidul Islam, Moinul Hake, Kajibur Hussain, Masibur Rahman, Sahanur Aslam and Shahjahan Ali. Police also informed that electronic devices and indiscriminating documents were recovered from the arrested people, and further investigation is being carried out to extract more information on terror module operating in the state. Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's Rashtra Patni remark has sparked row in the entire nation for the last 2 days. Chaudhary's Rashtra Patni remark about President Draupadi Murmu led to political storm, with Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha facing disruptions since Thursday. Though the Congress MP tried to justify the act and went on to say that it was not intentional on his part but a case if slip of tongue only. However, it seemed that the ruling BJP-led NDA is not buying into his theories. Commenting on the row, Union Minister Kiren Rijiju on Friday said that the act was not a slip of tongue. The Law Minister said that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary clearly said Rashtra Patni twice. Then he cleared himself and called her Rashtra Pati. As such, matters should not be taken lightly. Earlier on Thursday in the Lok Sabha, Union Minister Smriti Irani hit out at Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary for making the comment and sought an apology. She also attacked Sonia Gandhi over Chaudhary's remarks, alleging that the Congress leader sanctioned the humiliation of President Murmu. In Rajya Sabha, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman demanded an apology from Sonia Gandhi.
Absolutely not a slip of tongue. If you see the video clearly, Adhir Ranjan says twice, Rashtrapati, Rashtrapati, then again he corrects it and he says it's Rashtrapatni. It is a deliberate statement he made. And how can he trivialize the issue by saying that he can go to Rashtrapati and seek the apology? Is it that simple? The first time the Congress party realized that they have insulted the tribals of the country and the entire country, in fact, because they have insulted the constitutional authority, which is the highest seat, and that is the symbol of India's republic. And to make such derogatory comment against the person and the seat of the President of India itself is such a heinous and such a condemnable statement that Congress party as a whole must properly apologize to the House.
Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary on Friday tendered an apology to President Draupadi Murmu over his controversial Rashtra Patni remark. In a letter to President seeking apology, the Congress leader wrote that he used an incorrect word for the highest-ranked citizen of the country and want to assure that it was a slip of tongue only. Therefore, he requested President Murmu to accept his apology. It is to be mentioned that on Thursday, Chaudhary said that he can't even think of insulting the president and it was a mistake only. He also said that the ruling party was deliberately trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. Union Home Minister Amit Shah on Friday called on President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan in the national capital. Union Ministers Smriti Irani and Dr. Mahindra Munjpara and John Barla also called on President Draupadi Murmu. Besides them, Union Minister for Power and New and Renewable Energy, Raj Kumar Singh, along with Ministers of State, Power and Heavy Industries, Krishnan Pal, Bhagwant Kuba, Ministers of State for New and Renewable Energy and Chemicals and Fertilizers, called on President Draupadi Murmu. Earlier on the day of the swearing-in ceremony of the president, Shah had said that Draupadi Murmu's election as the President of India proves Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government's commitment to the empowerment of tribals. Shah further said that the election of Draupadi Murmu as the President of India is a historic moment for Indian democracy. Earlier on Tuesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also called on President Draupadi Murmu for the first time after her assumption of office. After actor Arpita Mukherjee grabbed the limelight in her connection to former West Bengal Minister Partha Chatterjee's involvement in the Bengal school job scam, it has been learned that the Enforcement Directorate is searching for 4 cars owned by Arpita. Searches at whose various flats in Kolkata have yielded a record rupees 50 crores in cash. Sources in the agency have claimed that the cars are an Audi A4, a Honda City, a Honda CR-V and a Mercedes-Benz, all loaded with cash. According to reports, during the raids, the ED also found a diamond ring at one of MS Mukherjee's flat with P written on it. Just one white-colored Mercedes car was seized by the ED during MS Mukherjee's arrest. The probe agency is scanning CCTV footage and conducting multiple raids to locate the vehicles. Arpita Mukherjee is a 30-year-old model, actor and Instagrammer who owns several flats for which sale deeds have been found by the ED. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday, while addressing the 42nd convocation of Anna University in Chennai, said that the whole world is looking at India's youth with hope as they are the growth energies of the country as well as the world. Prime Minister congratulated students who are graduating at Anna University's 42nd convocation. The Prime Minister also congratulated the parents of all those who are graduating today and said that their sacrifices and determination have been crucial to the achievements of their children. He further said that it is a matter of pride for all in Anna University that Bharat Ratna Abdul Kalam is from the university itself. During the program, he also awarded gold medals and certificates to 69 gold medalists. Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi and Chief Minister M.K. Stalin were also present at the event.
Congratulations to all those who are graduating today in the Anna University's 42nd convocation. You would have already built a future of yourself in your minds. Therefore, today is not only a day of achievements, but also of aspirations. I wish that all the dreams of our youth come true. This is also a special time for teaching staff and non-teaching staff, support staff at Anna University.
On Friday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of the headquarters building of the International Financial Services Centres Authority in Gandhinagar. Prime Minister Modi also launched the Indian International Bullion Exchange (IIBX) and NSE IFSC SGX Connect. The event is being hosted by International Financial Services Centres Authority under the aegis of the Government of India in collaboration with Gift City and Bloomberg on December 3 and 4, 2021. Indonesia, South Africa and the UK are partner countries in the first edition of the forum. The International Financial Services Authority Centres Authority, headquartered at Gift Centre, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, has been established under the International Financial Services Centres Authority Act 2019. It works as a unified authority for the development and regulation of financial products, financial services and financial institutions in the International Financial Services Centre in India. At present, the Gift IFSC is the maiden international financial services centre in India.
To onshore the offshore transaction. Price influencer for commodities.
In the wake of 42 people who died after consuming methyl alcohol in Gujarat's Botat district, the Congress party demanded a probe into the incident by a sitting High Court judge. The party accused the BJP government in Gujarat for shielding illicit liquor trade in the state. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi expressed concern over illicit liquor and drugs businesses and questioned the BJP government regarding forces protecting liquor and drugs mafia. Congress media partner department head Pawan Khera and Rajya Sabha MP Ami Yajnik urged Prime Minister Narendra Modi to speak up on the deaths and to meet families of victims at the earliest. Khera stated that an incident of this nature in a dry state like Gujarat cannot happen without knowledge of local police and administration. Khera further commented that families of victims had revealed that liquor is openly sold and there is no prohibition in the state. Khera also stated that the whole of Gujarat does illegal liquor business worth rupees 15,000 crore annually. Khera furthermore pointed out that seizing of drugs worth crores and illegal liquor business in the home state of Prime Minister Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah cannot be a mere coincidence. Indian Air Force fighter aircraft crashed in Rajasthan's Barmer district on Thursday evening. As per reports, at around 9:10 p.m. an IAF MiG-21 trainer aircraft met with an accident and 2 pilots has lost their life in the western sector during a training sortie. Meanwhile, a court of inquiry has been ordered to ascertain the cause of the crash. Furthermore, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh spoke to the Indian Air Force Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chowdhury and sought details of the crash. One more squadron of the Indian Air Force MiG-21 Bison aircraft will be retiring by September 30 as the 51 Squadron based out of Srinagar Air Base is being number plated on this particular date. Notably, after the recent crash of a MiG-21 Type 69 trainer aircraft in Barmer, Rajasthan, both pilots including a youngster Flight Lieutenant A. Bal and Wing Commander Rana were killed. Sources in the IAF revealed that after this, only 3 squadrons of the planes would be left in service and would be phased out by the year 2025. However, according to sources, every year 1 squadron each of these planes would be number plated. In the last 20 months, 6 MiG-21s have been lost in crashes in which 5 pilots have already lost their lives. The MiG-21s were supposed to be retiring a long time ago, but delays in induction of the LCA Tejas aircraft have forced the IAF to continue flying these planes. The official said that the number-plated squadron would be reactivated soon with a more capable aircraft in the near future. Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Pandey kicked off his two-day visit to Bhutan on Friday. General Pandey's visit came amid China's increasing activities in Doklam Plateau that falls under Bhutan territory. General Pandey is scheduled to have an audience of Bhutan's King Jigme Khesar Namgli Wangchuk and the fourth King Jigme Singye Wangchuk during his visit. General Pandey will be meeting with his Bhutanese counterpart to discuss over the overall situation in the Doklam Plateau and China's activities in the region. Soon after, satellite images exposed China's increasing activities in the Doklam Plateau. Ministry of External Affairs issued a statement that India will always monitor all developments that threaten national security and initiate actions to safeguard interests of the nations. General Pandey's visit is believed to build strong bilateral ties based upon trust, goodwill and mutual understanding. A massive fire broke out at a shopping area in Mumbai's Andheri on Friday evening. Visuals from the scene showed huge plumes of smoke billowing from the building. With firefighters at the scene to tackle the blaze, however, no injuries have been reported so far. According to BMC officials, the blaze was reported from DN Nagar behind Andheri Sports Complex at 4:30 p.m., after which 85 engines and 5 jumbo tankers rushed to the spot. The fire started at a temporarily erected decorated pandal. The firefighters are trying to contain the fire as soon as possible, as the complex is surrounded by several high-rise buildings, both residential and commercial. So viewers, that's all for now. Keep watching Nltv for more news and updates.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, निप्को ताज का एक टंकी लगा लीजिए।
लेक्चर बंद करो, लगाओ।
मरने दो बुड्ढे को, मेरा क्या जाता है। मैं यमराज।
मैं तो मरा ही नहीं हूँ।
तू मरा नहीं, लेकिन तू जिस घटिया टंकी से पानी पी रहा है, तेरा मरना एकदम निश्चित है। मरने दो बुड्ढे